Hello. Hi. I'm back again, and I'm making the camera shake, so sorry about that. Hopefully the audio is okay. I kind of checked it beforehand, and it seemed fine, so we'll see. The last video's audio was kind of shit at the end, and then all my videos have shit audio. It's okay. Anywho, I have been reading a lot since I updated you last, which I did not check to see when that was. Like, I know what book I left off at, but I don't know how long ago that was. So, sorry, but I'm here now. So, in however much time it's been since then to now, I just wanted to update on what I have read. So, strap in for probably a long, not very good video, but if you've been here before, you know what to expect. So keep those hopes low. Alright, so last time I left off, I was reading The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci, and I had like 150 pages or so more to go, so I have finished this now, and I really enjoyed it, actually. I was a little bit worried about that last little bit and just what would be in there, and there were definitely some things in there that I was like, yeah, okay, yep. But on the whole, for how big of a book it was, it felt decently well paced, kind of toward kind of where I updated you last. It was kind of getting to that point where it felt repetitive. And then it started really going through some changes when I picked it back up. So those last 150 pages, I think, were really worth it on the whole. The twist, saw it from the beginning, so it wasn't a twist. Some of the love story was... The love story really was just kind of meh. Like, it was fine. I didn't like the love story really had a lot of problems when it came to communication. It was one of those things where it's like, if you two just would talk to each other, like, about literally anything, so much of this would just save so much time. But they just kept not talking and being like, I want you to tell me, and then they'd be like, okay, I'll tell you, and then they either don't tell them or they get interrupted or something, and it's just like, just fucking do it already, just talk. But the gruesome, the grossness, the championship itself, I think, was awesome. The tournament, whatever the fuck, it was great. I mentioned last time that this is quite gory, quite vulgar, yada yada, good fun stuff. So just be aware that it's very violent, very graphic. And let's see. Ooh, also because it's June. Yeah, it's still June, I think. So Pride Month. I'm going to mention whether or not these have any representation, LGBTQIA plus, anything like that in here. This one, none of the main characters are queer as far as I can tell. There is one character who, I guess two people who are queer together. It's not a very big plot, but it does come up. And so there's that. There is some heartbreak with that. So just FYI, warning there. But it's not a main plot, but it is there and all that. So, loved it. There is also, I didn't think about where I was going to put these books when I was done talking about them. I just decided where to put them in what order, and so now I have to figure that out. So hopefully I figured that out. Making sure the cats are good. So yeah, so The Savior's Champion, The Savior's Sister is a companion novel that I also have, and I think that would be a good one to read. Some reviews say things about, like, well, because it's a companion novel, you're basically seeing the same story but from a different character's point of view. So it can be like reading the same story again, but hopefully, if it's done well, like, then you actually just get more in depth to a story you already enjoyed. So definitely interested on picking that up. Don't know when it'll happen. As you will see, I have some lofty goals ahead of me, and yikes. So let's keep going. So the next book I read was You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, and oh my god, loved this. This was heartwarming, it was cute, it was sweet, it was fun, it was happy, it just, oh, I loved it. So this basically is, I can never remember her name. I know that her lady crush is Liz Lighty. So Liz Lighty is the main character, and she's 17, 18, high school senior, and basically what she wants to do is that she wants to go to this particular college after high school, but she can't afford it, and so she doesn't want to make her family pay for it or whatever because they want her to go to school. So she decides to not tell her family that she's not getting the scholarship she was hoping for, and instead she is going to run for prom queen at her school, because you get I think it's $10,000 scholarship if you become prom queen, which, yes, please. So Liz never really had, obviously, any want to become prom queen, but she wants to go to the school, so she has to become one. And this is a sapphic romance, YA, just contemporary, adorable love. Read it. It's so cute. So cute. Love it. Oh my god. So, yeah. You Should See Me in a Crown. Leah Johnson. Read it. Love it. So cute. Next I read, I think that's the next one. Yeah, so next I read was Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and I have a lot of feelings about this one. The description is 100% something I would be into if it was done well, or if the story went where it tried to make it go and then it was like, oh, but I want to twist it, and so I'm going to go this way. I have feelings. So, yeah, so basically the plot of this is that our main character, don't remember her name, don't give a shit, is like down on her luck. She got laid off from her job, she's living on a friend's couch, and like her life is just fucked up, you know, not feeling good. So she was looking for jobs, and she happened to find this amazing, perfect, well-paying, easy to get, will set you up with just a quick summer bit of work kind of job. Like, nothing's gonna go wrong, right? Yeah, nothing's gonna go wrong. So basically she becomes a house sitter or apartment sitter for this really upscale hotel or apartment, words, in New York. And this building has like a lot of history behind it, a lot of mystery behind it. There've been like lots of like suicides. The plague was the plague, Spanish flu was there. One of those, something bad was there. A lot of people died. And like rich celebrities are the only people who live here. So normal humans off the street don't really go in, don't really know what's going on, except for these apartment sitters. So basically she's going to watch the apartment for like the summer, I think was the agreement, and they'll pay her like buku bucks to just do that. The best friend in this book is all of us, the readers. Not actually, but the best friend is the one who's like, you're making stupid decisions. Don't do this thing. Those rules are stupid. Just no. So the main character is an just makes the worst decisions, is awful. Um, yeah, just she's not good. She's not good. The setting, the atmosphere, the red herrings where you thought this story was going to go was what I was here for. Like the plot I just described was everything I want. I house sit. I love that stuff. And this just wasn't it. The red herrings made you believe this other thing was going on, and it was incredible. Like if the book was going there, that was my kind of book. That was what I was expecting out of this. But then it's like the author was like, "Oh, but I put all those red herrings there so that I could twist you this way." And this way was boring as fuck. Like you had this amazing red herring, and the red herring was good. Everything was amounting to that. It was perfect. And then like the other way makes sense too, but it's dumb. So yeah, I have a lot of feelings. Um, don't read it. Yeah, don't don't do it. The ambiance was fun. Where I thought it was going was really fun. And then like the very last few pages it was just like, yeah, we're going to go this way instead. And I was like, "No." Yeah. So the main character was crap. The best friend I enjoyed. Some of the other characters I enjoyed. The where it was going, it was great. But the actual story, it wasn't good. So that made me kind of sad. Okay, that was a long time to talk about a book I didn't like, but also liked, but didn't like, but yeah, you know. Um, okay, and then the next one I read, I don't physically have, and I might have a cat who wants to come in, maybe not. Okay, so the next one I don't physically have, I have it on Kindle, and now this doesn't want to load. And so I just brought it up on Goodreads, but that is These Witches Don't Burn. That's not gonna focus, is it? Oh man. Okay, so whatever. These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. You really can't see it. That's fine. Um, it was a cute book. It had magic, it had witches, it had good ambiance, it had good pacing, good story. It didn't. There wasn't like a whole bunch of magic. Like it was there. It was a central part of the book. So basically, what's going on? Our main character, who don't remember her name, awful with names, don't remember it. She is. Hold on, cats are doing things. Okay. I. Okay. So, so she's a witch living in Salem, and her covens all around her, that kind of stuff. She's an elemental witch. There are a few other kinds of witches as well. She's an elemental witch, so she deals with the elements. Pretty self-explanatory. But she's at a bonfire party, like at the end of, like when school gets out and they're all going to summer or something like that, I believe. And she senses a disturbance in the force and basically realizes that a blood witch did a ritual, or somebody did blood magic or something like that. And that's not a thing we do, you know. And so basically it's the story of our main character and her kind of new lady love that she's getting to know, having to deal, who is not a magic person or a witch, having to deal with her ex-girlfriend who is also a witch and knows about our main character's life and things like that, so that causes some tension. But you know, nice little adventure story to add into the mix. They're not really adventure, but like small town magic fun. Most likely I'll be continuing on with the series. I do have the second one, which is, I think, This Coven Won't Break, I believe. Hey, There's a cat. Yeah, so I do have the second one on Kindle, so I'll get to it. I think it was a really cute story, really well paced. I liked the magic. It was fine. It didn't do anything like groundbreaking with the magic or anything, but I enjoyed myself, so that was cool. Next thing I read is another one I don't physically have, and I actually listened to this one on Audible, and that is Nadine by, I might be ruining this, Vinny Bajaj, B-A-J-A-J. Can't see that either. I wonder if I made that less bright, if you might be able to see it. I doubt it, but I can try it. Oh, hey, that worked a lot better. Okay, so there's there's Nadine. And then real quick, I'll just show you these witches do not burn, these witches don't burn, whatever, that's what the cover looks like. So, Nadine by Vinny Bajaj, B-A-J-A-J, I think. Bajaj, maybe? This was... It was a short story. The next few, I think I'm going to talk about are short stories. So there's always going to be like more missing or more context or whatever, just because, you know, if you like it, it's not going to be big enough. And this wasn't bad. Wasn't my favorite short story. Basically what's going on is that our main character, who is not Nadine, well, it's both of them talking. Is it Nadine? No. It's been a little while since I read this one, and like I said, it was short, so it was really quick. But we have two characters. So one is engaged to be in an arranged marriage, and her neighbor is Nadine, and she is living with her second husband. So it's their conversations about their life and the choices that they're making, and, you know, thoughts and feelings and stuff about that. So it was an interesting conversation. I don't have a lot to say. I don't remember it very well. It was fine, is kind of where I'm at with that. All right. So after that, I read another short story, and this is again on Audible. And this is an Audible exclusive, which also, okay, so yeah, so Nadine is an Audible exclusive. The next two I'm going to talk about are Audible exclusives, so there we go. So the next one I listened to was A Tale as Old as Time by L. Hay. And this one sounded super duper cute. Basically what's going on is that we have these two characters. We're in the main perspective of the woman, and she is, she just got a cat. Yeah, she has the cat. So she has a cat, and like they go out onto their balcony and, you know, do cat and owner things. And ever since she got the cat, her neighbor's dog has been going berserk and just like constantly barking, and especially if they're out on the balcony, the dog will just constantly bark. So these two neighbors are just going at it and, you know, trying to resolve their neighborly pet issues. So the animals in this story, loved them. They were adorable. They were like that much of the entire story. But they were perfect. I loved them. I would definitely read an entire book about those two, the dog and the cat. They're great. The people sucked. They didn't seem like animal lovers. They really didn't seem to like each other. They really didn't seem to like themselves. And then they were in love by the end. I don't know how it happened. Didn't enjoy it. So, that was easy. Next one, like I said, is another Audible exclusive and a short story as well. And that was Bridesmaids by Sydney Smith. Yeah, Sydney Smith. This was adorable. So this is a male-male romance short story. And our main character is going home for a wedding of his best friend. Best friend's a woman. He's gonna be the man of honor. And, you know, he was all excited to bring his boyfriend, you know, to be his date to the wedding and all that. But, like, the day, or, like, right before he fucking goes to the airport, like, it was pretty quick. He was dumped by his boyfriend. And so he goes home and he's just like, well, fuck, you know, promise is a promise. I need to go home and be there for this wedding. I won't have a +1. So when he gets back into the small rural, I think Montana town that they grew up in, he, oh my gosh, stumbles into his high school crush, and they get really cute and steamy, and I love it. So that was adorable. That totally made up for the other book with the romance that was just not it. Super cute, loved it, had a fantastic time with it. So that was Bridesmaids by Sydney Smith. Next one I read / listened to was an Audible original as well, and that is Alanis Morissette, Words Plus Music. Shocker, this is by Alanis Morissette. Really, really loved this. So it's like part memoir interlaced with your own mini concert where she would like re-perform some of her biggest songs, and I loved it. It was funny, it was sad, it was inspirational, it was eye-opening, it was rockin'. Like, highly recommend. Loved it. Loved it. I have nothing else to say. Okay, and now I get back to the physical books. So, next I read let me double check on cats real quick, make sure we're good. Next one I read is, yeah, he wants to come in, so I will be right back and I will pick up right there. One sec. You won't even know. Hi, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so the next one I read was another one that I have a physical copy to, and that is there we go, Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I have feelings about this. Mainly, I was not properly prepared for what kind of book this was gonna be. I heard library where you get to try a bunch of lives, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. There's more to it. Trigger warning, lots and lots and lots of suicide references, not always the kindest or the most in tune. Some people I know who have experienced either peripherally or in their own life thoughts of, trigger warning, suicide, you know, have said that this was helpful to them now. With my own personal experiences with suicide, there were some things that were just really tone deaf in here, and kind of hard to read, and yeah, and by the end I don't think it didn't handle it well. I don't think. I think it tried, and I think it was a neat idea. I think it... Now there's a cat making noise, sorry. I think it really tried to do what it wanted to do, and I can see a lot in that, but this was a hard one. So it's so far unrated on my Goodreads. I don't feel ready or able to rate it, so I'm just gonna leave that there. There were things about it I enjoyed. The writing didn't bug me. Like, the writing was fine. It just, there was a lot going on in there that I was not properly prepared for, so I just kind of dove right in. And there was a few things that just put me off on the wrong foot from the beginning, and that's just my own personal experiences that did that. And so I think other people might be able to go into this with a little less baggage than I have. They might enjoy it some more. So I would say don't write it off, but be warned, suicide trigger warnings. So, just go with that. All right, moving on from that, because yikes. The next one is one that I didn't realize was a part of a series, and so now I definitely want to read the rest of the series because they all sound amazing. And this one I have on Kindle, and that is Emergency Skin by N.K. Jemisin. And this is my first N.K. Jemisin, so pretty good introduction, I do believe. I had a couple of notes on this one. So, Emergency Skin is part of the Forward collection by Amazon Original Stories. So that's something I found out. And so it's a collection of 6 different short stories, mainly sci-fi and speculative fiction. I haven't read them all, so I don't know what they're all about, but I have heard some slight overview of what they're all about, but like only very recently. And so apparently it was put together by Blake Crouch, who I read. Oh fuck! What was the one Blake Crouch book I read? It wasn't Shock. I'm getting all of these covers of Robin Cook in my head, but it's not. Blake Crouch. Either way, I read one of his. It's somewhere on here. My best friend recommended that one to me, and so now to find out that like he put together a bunch of authors, 6 authors to be exact, or 5 and plus himself, put together these short stories. I'm mind blown. I'm so excited because I really enjoyed the one book that I heard of his, and the reviews of his story in this collection are like phenomenal. So I'm excited. So Blake Crouch's story is called Summer Frost. Veronica Roth has one called Arc. Paul Tremblay has one called The Last Conversation. Andy Weir has one called Randomize. And Amor Tolls has You Have Arrived at Your Destination. So all 6 of those part of the collection. But so Emergency Skin is it's written, I don't know what tense or what person it's in, but it's written from a soldier / explorer point of view, is our main character that we drop into, and they are coming to Earth on a mission to collect biocultures that he can take back to the home planet, and that like helps their life be sustained and things. So they were told that like Earth was completely just decimated, not good, uninhabitable. The people who live there now are like just heathens and whatever. And so through this soldier coming to an Earth that they were told like didn't exist anymore, basically it was just not what they thought it was, the interactions the soldier explorer has with the people on Earth are really interesting. So highly recommend. I'm definitely gonna pick up the others in the series. They are available on Kindle Unlimited if you have that. I think if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, they are 99 cents, I think is what they are. And then they also all have audiobooks. And Emergency Skin was read by Jason Isaacs, which Lucius Malfoy in the HP universe, fuck turfs. But yeah, Jason Isaacs reads the story, which is awesome, so good, so great. The other ones I've heard really great reviews of their audiobook as well. So yeah, really excited about these 6, and I want to check them out. So cool. Okay, now that's done. That was fun. Oh yeah, so the next one I read was My Mom's a Twat, a Twat, by Anushka Warden, and I really didn't care much. Like, it might have been the writing, it might have been the types of things that she was complaining about. Like, some things, like, yeah, her parents weren't great. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that book. It wasn't anything exciting to me. Nothing really made me care. So there's that. That's my review there. Okay. So the next one is one that, again, I have in physical form, and that is going to be The Falconer by Elizabeth May. I don't know why I'm right-handed, so that's why I keep doing that. But The Falconer by Elizabeth May. This is a reread. This came out in 2012? 2013? Something like that. And it's the first in a 3-book series. This is Elizabeth May's debut series. It's like the 5th time I've read it or something like that. This is the story of the last falconer. And so the falconer is a person who, a woman, I think it's always female, who has the ability to, like, hunt down fairies and kill them and do stuff. This is also, there's like a steampunk element to it in this world. Really love the series. Personally, I think, like, the first one has a lot of world building. It's very, very Edinburgh, very just atmospheric. And then the other 2 books in the story go in a completely different direction, and so it's a little bit disjointed. But the second and third books I adore, and this I adore because, 1, I know the characters, and so that helps. 2, the horses at the end of this, really fucking cool. Sorry, that's just my own thing. Yeah, sorry, this is already oh my god, this is a half-hour long video, and I've, like, just been going, so deal with me. The cliffhanger that this ends on, you need to have the second book ready to go. Personally, reading this as a standalone, you're probably gonna hate it, so I would say commit to it. It's not that big. The other 2 books really aren't that big. It's fairy, steampunk, badass woman. It's got, I just realized that I said I was gonna call out, like, all the queerness in here, and I have done that for, like, none of these books except for, like, maybe the first 1 or 2. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. This one, in the beginning, I don't think that there's any queer characters that are explicitly on page, but I think it's the 3rd book. It might be the 2nd book. Definitely in the 3rd book. It might be in the 2nd book. You do find out that one of the peripheral characters is queer. Anywho, wow. Yeah, I missed a lot of that. I'm not going to go back because this is already so long. But yeah, fairy hunting, steampunk, Edinburgh. Read it. It's fantastic. All of it's already out. Love it. Yeah. Just do the thing. Just do the thing, please. Okay, and then the almost last one I read was Bean the Bug, which this one I just kind of accidentally stumbled upon. So the author is Dodie Clark, and she is a musician, singer, songwriter, and she actually just recently released her first album. She's been making music for years and years and years, but she finally released an album, and the music is beautiful. So I just happened to be checking out some of her music one day, and then I don't even know how I got to it. It might have been her YouTube channel. She was saying that she read a book. Maybe it was on Twitter. Gosh, I don't remember, because I randomly got to it because I didn't know to search her name on Goodreads, so I didn't know. My hair is having a day here. But yeah, so Dodie Clark, Bean the Bug, but this is a short story, and I guess it's a hashtag movement. I feel like an idiot saying that, but there we go. The hashtag is Save with Stories, and it's a movement to help support children during quarantine. So basically, she wrote a little children's book. She kind of very basically kind of animated it on the screen, and she reads the story to you. So I'll hopefully remember to link it down below if you want to check it out. Very cute little story. I didn't realize it was part of a hashtag thing until like I looked into it, and so I'm interested to see some of the other things that are going on with that. So if you have any interest, check it out. Super short, super cute. Bean the Bug is just learning like how to make it in the world. Life's hard. You got to figure out how to be kind and gentle to yourself. So it's a very cute little story. I'm going to go slightly out of order so that I didn't plan this, so now I have to move my books. I'm going to go slightly out of order so that I can easily transition to the last book. So the second to last book that I've read is Sweet and Bitter Magic. Every time. There we go. A Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. This is a sapphic romance fantasy story. Very cute. Our two main characters, we have Tamsin and Wren. Don't ask me how I remember their names out of all of the other names I've fucking read. Tamsin and Wren are, so brain had to remember. So Tamsin is a witch who has been kicked out of or exiled from her coven for some reason, and she has been cursed in that she cannot feel love. And not feel love is all encompassing. So like love from a friend, love from a family member, love for someone, love for something, just completely cut off. And so Wren lives in the same village as she is, and she finds out that and she knows that she is a source. She's a source of magic. So she's not a witch, she can't wield magic, but she is a source, so witches can draw on her power. So she's she's like the One Ring in human form, to a witch who wants to go cray. So, oh my god, Wren's father comes down with like this plague that's been going around, and to save her father, she wants Tamsin to take her to the Witchlands so that she can get a cure for the plague. And so Tamsin decides that she needs payment for this, and so the payment that she wants Wren's love for her father, because basically that's how like Tamsin keeps going, is that she takes payment in stealing people's love for things, and it kind of gives her like a fake love rush, like a drug. Love is like a drug. I don't know what that was. So sorry. Getting sleepy, apparently. Um, so it's just kind of their adventure to deal with all that. But yeah, it's very cute to watch them fall in love, even though like Tamsin literally cannot love, and Ren is like, "The fuck? Why am I falling for a girl who can't love me?" Like, oh my god. And yes, there is a moment where there is only one bed. Oh no. So, yeah, it's so cute. Okay, so there was that. Alright, so then the last book I'm going to talk about that I've read. You're not done yet, just bear with me. It's really long. So the last book that I finished is that way. Oh my god, I finally did it right, and I fucked it up. So, Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. And first of all, like, I had to search to find this copy, because just look at how floppy it is. Oh, I love it. So Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. I have never read the Wheel of Time series. Pretty much every single person in my friend group has, though, or at least has gotten either to book 5 or book 7. So finally I decided, you know what, let's fucking pick it up. And I was a little bit into this before I found out that they are making a show. I think Amazon is making a show. So, good timing. I am doing my absolute best to steer clear of any spoilers, so please be nice to me in the comments. God forbid if you made it 40 minutes into this video to spoil Wheel of Time for me. Like, you're a special kind of asshole. But yeah, so just finished it. It was good. I know that, like, obviously this has a lot of similarities to Lord of the Rings. I know the whole backstory with that, yada yada. Kind of like I said with the Falconer, I tend to enjoy first books, but I prefer, like, especially in a trilogy, like, I prefer the second book because you already have an established world, but there's still loose ends keeping you intrigued and things you need to figure out. So with a 14 plus goddamn book series, I know that my book 2 feeling is going to start coming in probably around book 3 and book 4. So I know it's going to be a slower burn. But I enjoyed it. It was, I thought the writing was super accessible. Like, I haven't completed Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, but I gave them both a valiant effort, and these are so much easier to read than those two. There's still a lot of names, a lot of places, a lot of things happening, but just the writing is so much more accessible to me. I can't really say why I'm not bothered by much of the repetition. Ooh! In addition, A Sweet and Bitter Magic. Everyone has told me that Robert Jordan constantly has people tugging their braids, doing all this sorts of shit, whatever. I'm sure it's gonna happen. 14 books, I'm gonna be fucking sick of it. Makes sense. I finished this one while I was, like, in the middle of this one and, kind of went back and forth there. In this, like, 400 page book, I think every single time Robert Jordan has been spoken about having somebody tug a braid, this book was like, I can match that with an actual braid tugging. So the repetition hasn't bothered me in Eye of the World as of yet. A Sweet and Bitter Magic, I was so sick of hearing people tugging on their fucking braids. That's one thing I will say. But yeah, so I will be continuing on with the Wheel of Time series. I do have number 2 right here. I haven't started it yet, but that's The Great Hunt, so that's where I will be picking up. So, I haven't started reading The Great Hunt yet. I do have 2 books I'm currently actively reading. The first one is I just keep getting hiccups all of a sudden. I'm not ready for... I don't know where hiccups came from. I've just been talking for 45 minutes straight. Apparently I'm not able to do that. Oh my god. I'm gonna pause the video real quick. Okay, so my hiccups aren't completely gone yet, but I really just want to finish this or I'm not gonna finish it. So, I'm currently reading Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand, and I am on page 140. The first, like, I don't know, oh my god, I hate hiccups so much. The first, like, 3 to 5 chapters or so, maybe a little bit more, was just awesome. Just an awesome opening. There was so much mystery, so much intrigue. I have no idea what's going on. I'm still confused, but also not confused, but confused. Like, I'm into it. I'm super into it. Fuck hiccups. Fuck everything about hiccups. Sorry for the language, but oh my god. Sawkill Girls. Loving it. Loving it. Hating hiccups. Okay. And then the other one I'm currently reading, which is probably stupid, because Eye of the World, and this isn't a small book, is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Oh my god. By Samantha Shannon. I'm still not holding the book right. Whatever. So, this baby is a behemoth. This baby is a standalone high fantasy. Why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. I think only reading 8 books last year, like, broke me or something. But reading The Priory of the Orange Tree, it's got a lot going on. I'm definitely having to read sometimes read another paragraph or go back a chapter or two and reread, which I also did in the Eye of... Oh my god, hiccups. You guys are gonna hate this. I hate this. This is awful. I'm just... Oh, I hate it. So in the Eye of the World, as I was reading through that, when everybody gets split off, like around chapter 20 or so, I read up to like 25 or 26, and then I ended up going back to chapter 20 and just reading those again, to make sure I was soaking up where everyone was going, with who, and what was going on with them. And so this one is also doing that, but I'm only 120 pages in, and I'm already having to, like, really concentrate on this one. But so far it's interesting. I like the mythos around it that's kind of going on. Basically, you have, like, the east side and the west side of the continent. Oh my god, these hiccups. And dragons were, like, banished thousands of years ago, and so long as the ruler of one side, honestly, I don't remember at the moment. I just finished Eye of the World, and I only recently started Sawkill Girls, so I'm mudding myself up a little bit. So long as that ruler's family basically stays on the throne, dragons won't be able to come back. But the world is starting to notice that things are not as they seem, and seeming like dragons are on their way back and like shit's about to go down. So epic standalone fantasy, super excited, yay dragons. And and I think my computer might have a virus or something, or Microsoft is just being shitty, like like always. Oh my god, hiccups. Okay, so that is, I think, 15 books I've read since I updated y'all last time, and currently reading Sawkill Girls and Prior of the Orange Tree, and I will start The Great Hunt very soon. Very soon. Oh my god, hiccups. Oh my god, guys. Like, what? My life is hard. So, have you read any of these? Do you like any of these? Do you hate any of these? Do you agree with some of my loves and hates? Yeah. Let me know what y'all thought. Let me know if you made it to the end. Tell me your best fucking hiccup remedies. Normally, like, if I just hold my breath for as long as I can, like four or five times, and just like blow it all out slowly, hold it again, blow it all out slowly, hold it again, and just do that like 4 or 5 times. One, I'll get a little lightheaded, but usually the hiccups stop. But that's what I did when I paused the video, and obviously it didn't work. So, yeah. Any hoozles. Let me know what y'all are reading, if you read any of these, how you feel, what you up to, all that stuff. Good God. Yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I'll talk to y'all later if I can get a sentence out. Okay, bye.